Hey guys, welcome to another Film Babble. Today I'm here with Oliver.
Yes.
And Oliver is here with me.
Yes, I am. And today we're going to talk about the brand new Cuphead Show.
By the way, it's me, Luca. Okay, have you guys ever played Cuphead? Because if you haven't, it is an amazing game, right, Oliver?
Yes, you absolutely have to play that game. And what we're getting into with this is that game has been turned into a TV show called Cuphead Show.
Yeah, and honestly, the show is amazing. We'll get to that in a moment, though. We're going to start off by talking a bit about the game, which me and Oliver love. It's amazing.
Yes.
It was beautifully designed. It's honestly just so much fun with how it looks. Design.
Exactly.
Especially gameplay, the story. It's all perfect.
The music is absolutely amazing.
Exactly.
And the best part of all, I think, out of this entire thing, to anybody else who's Canadian and is very proud of Canadian things, this game is Canadian. And it is really good. This game is extremely amazing. Go look at the amount of sales. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but it is a very popular game. So if you haven't heard of it, I'd actually be quite surprised.
It's incredibly difficult, which is why it's a huge amount of fun.
Exactly. And another little, cool piece of information that you should know is that this entire game, you're probably wondering, why does it look so old? Well, the entire thing is based in 1800s cartoons, like 1850s. And the entire thing, the whole game, is hand-drawn.
Most of it.
The entire thing. Except for certain 3D models that they used.
Exactly.
But you can clearly see it's 3D and it looks really cool. Speaking of that, they actually transferred that into the show, which looks super cool how they incorporated that into it.
Yep, it's amazing, and it's kind of like watching classic Mickey Mouse cartoons,
Exactly.
You know? Okay.
So basically, the show, you start off, and we're not going to spoil everything. Well, I mean, it's kind of, if you're watching this, it is going to be some spoilers, so you should not really be here anymore. But basically, we start off, and throughout the first season that we have so far, we follow Cuphead and Mugman through different adventures.
Yeah, it's honestly amazing, and it acts as a sort of prequel series. I don't know if it's actually canon, so don't quote me on this, but it seems to be, because it was made by the original creators as well. Exactly. It has a lot of the original aspects.
Yes, that too, and all the characters. Most characters, actually, from almost all the bosses, you can see them.
Yeah, and it kind of brings you back, and mini theory here, so if you want, you can just skip a couple seconds ahead, but I think in the show, Cuphead gets a magic sweater. He loses that sweater, but I think somehow he gets it back in the season. Not in this season, but game. Later on.
Oh.
And that's why the devil, instead of just taking Cuphead's soul, makes him go out and collect other souls because he can't get Cuphead's soul. Okay, but back to what we were talking about. It is just so much fun. It is amazing, and all the voice actors are great.
Yes, they are.
Except
the only funny thing that we didn't know right away, like from the trailer, there was quite a bit of talking from Cuphead and Mugman in the trailer, but we didn't notice it enough. And then we played the episode together, and they sound Italian.
Yeah, New Yorker Italian, and that's not a bad thing. I'm Italian. You probably can't tell by my voice, but I am, and it's honestly hilarious.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Actually,
honestly,
it's kind of cool.
Makes sense.
I like the accent
because it's kind of New Yorker. The whole place is kind of New Yorker, even in the games. I think that's pretty cool what they did there, and the voice actors are amazing. Except Elder Kettle, which is like their dad, isn't Italian.
Yeah, which is kind of weird. It's a bit weird, but anyway, it is kind of cool though. It is kind of cool that they did that, and it's a nice little touch. I don't know if they purposely did it, but I'm assuming they did.
It was kind of funny, but it was still a lot of fun. Now, I'm going to talk about the one downfall of this show, which really isn't that much of a downfall, is truly its writing, because the writing is kind of predictable in a lot of these episodes.
Yes.
You can kind of see what's going on. Like, in several episodes, Oliver can, prove this for me, but I was like, oh, she's going to abandon them in whatever. Like, at the final episode, it's like, oh, she's going to bring them to a place, to help them steal something or do something really bad, like break into a factory. I didn't say break into a factory.
But that's what they did.
But that's what they did, and I do this all the time, and it's obvious. You kind of tell what's going to happen.
However, this is supposed to be cartoons that were really old, so I have a feeling that it was kind of supposed to be like that. Yeah, it's not supposed to have like a twist ending or something.
It's basic plot lines. It's really basic plot lines.
It's
but
the jokes and the cartoon style, and it may look to you like it's a kids show, but the cool part is that it's from the game, and all the stuff is mostly canon to it, or at least you see all the characters you saw in the game, and it's really cool to see.
yeah, it's a lot of fun seeing all these special characters. Like me and Oliver really love the frogs,
Yes.
and they showed up. I love those guys, the two frogs. The two frog brothers. I love those guys. They're probably
so
some
cool.
of my favorite characters.
It was
ever.
one of the best episodes in
As well.
the first season. So with the one with the frogs in it. The other one that I liked a lot that I found really funny was the second. I think it was the second one with the baby. It was pretty damn funny.
It was weird at that.
It was
really,
weird, but
really
it was
weird.
it was really funny because
was
both
a
of us
lot.
we didn't expect it. Anyway, it was really funny. But all this,
Like-
it's just really funny. Even if you're like older or it's still funny in some way. But the coolest part, nobody's really gonna watch this show for no reason unless you're really young. But the real reason why this is so popular, for us, I believe yesterday, which was quite a little bit after launch because we just finished them today.
Because we went slowly.
we went
We saw
slowly.
them and we're like, oh, there's 12 episodes or 10 minutes. Let's go slowly. Sorry, this video's gonna take a bit to come out though.
Yeah,
because of that.
exactly. It's gonna take a little while before we release this video. But anyway, at the time, which was yesterday for us, which I don't know the date, what the hell it is. But anyway, but when we checked that yesterday, it was the number 4. I can't speak. The 4th most popular episode on Netflix yesterday. I don't know what it is. The Netflix. Yeah, exactly. The 4th. I cannot speak today. Anyway, it is very popular. What I was saying about that is basically the reason why it's so popular is because everybody who got this game loves the game, and so they carried it over into that. And this show has great reviews, even though it's not really targeted towards children, but it's not only something that you'd watch when you're older.
Back to plot wise, I can see, and this is what people who don't like the show will complain about it, but it makes up with just its comedy in the end. That's just funny, you know? It's not. It may have simple plot at times. Actually, other times it gets whoa, that's crazy. I didn't see that happening at all, and it gets really funny that way. And you go in. And sometimes it will really surprise you, and it's just funny, all the time.
It's the art style that's mostly very funny because of the way they draw it, and the way
the
it's
animation, the voice acting, how the characters just are. These are basic plot lines with incredibly interesting characters that save the show, and it's amazing.
Exactly,
and we highly suggest it.
One of the coolest parts, I think, that one of the reasons why I enjoyed it the most as well is that you look at the title of it and you're like, oh, who could be in this one that's from the game? One of them, we noticed it's the I think it's the before last one. Maybe I'm wrong about that. It's the one where they go to that volcano. Mount Eruptus or whatever it was called. Yep. And when they got there, me and Luca were like, the dragon. He's going to be there.
Yeah.
And then we got to the end of the episode and we're like, bro, he's not there. And then it happened right after we said that. And then that was so cool to see them again.
It was honestly amazing. Just because we're fans of the show, makes it a bit of a biased view. But at the same time, they made the show for the fans. They made the show specifically for people like me and Oliver who just love the game, love the art style, love the characters. And that's who they made the show for. And even then, I actually have a brother who watched this, and he loved it. He also just loved the show. And he barely played. He played a little bit, but he barely played the game at all.
Exactly.
And he loves it. And
it's a fun show for pretty much anybody. It's just funny, comedic animation that they did. And it's really cool to see that. And as a little bonus, I did some research, and as we can see, first of all, the last episode says to be continued. What we know of is for sure we're getting at least 3 seasons because they made all 3 seasons.
Yeah, they're already pre-made.
We don't know when the second one and the third is going to be released, but this is really cool that we've got that so far.
Yeah,
and this is leading into the DLC, which is coming out. I don't remember when that is, but it's actually very soon.
And yeah, it's just a great show. It's a huge amount of fun.
We highly suggest it.
We highly suggest it. And it's on
and
Netflix.
play the game. Play the game too.
Play the game.
Really good.
And if you guys like this enough, we'll actually do a game chat on the game.
On the game, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Before we leave, what would you rate the Cuphead Show out of 10?
I would say 8.5 or 9 out of 10.
Honestly, same. 8.5 or 9 out of 10. Because like I said, it's hard to get around the basic plot.
Yes.
And that's its issue. It's a huge amount of fun, but the plot's basic so you can predict it. And, and the even though the characters are quite funny, how they work off each other. And also the characters are kind of basic, but the writing of the characters and the voice acting save them. And
It's a great show.
It's a great show, and it's honestly amazing. And yeah.
Thank you guys for
suggest
watching.
it. Thank you guys for watching. But right before we leave,
check out our Discord.
that and what would you rate No Way Home? Because we didn't rate that last time.
Oh, last time we didn't rate that. I kind of forgot about that. I'm gonna say, I gotta think a little bit more on that.
9.5. 9.5.
I'd say something close to that.
There's a couple things I didn't like about it. You can watch the video. I'm not gonna explain it now, but I'd say 9.5 out of 10.
Go watch our our
link
talk
right
on,
here.
Yeah, links right here.
And
Go watch our talk on that.
Yeah.
We also have merch. Go check that out. That's in the description. This is all the stuff we sell. And thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time. And remember, don't commit tax fraud in New York.
Yeah, bad place to do that. But you can do it in virtual reality. Check out our stuff on how to do it in virtual reality. No, we're kidding. We didn't do a tutorial on that. But check out our virtual reality
Actually,
stuff.
there's all
a
game. You know what? This is all off topic, but there's a game. I'll show you right on screen where you commit tax fraud. There's an actual game. I found it. It's amazing. I'm pointing at my screen right now. And
there's actually a super... This is a whole other thing. We're going on completely different sides now. But there's also this other game that's called... one second. I got to pull it up because I don't remember. It's called Turnip Boy Commits Tax Fraud. Also a great game. It's on PC. Anyway, thank you guys.
We do not suggest anybody commits tax fraud.
Do not
but
commit
play
tax fraud.
games. They're fun. We'll end it here because we've already been going on.
All right, bye everybody. Thank you for watching.